Welcome to Go Get Podcast. We coming to say today we're doing anyway. I am Colby.
And I can't wait to bomb the dongos. You call me Fee.
Yeah, boy. Man, do you ever think about the fact that, like, if they remade those Zelda CDI games and, like, those, like, the graphics and the cutscenes were better, they would spend, like, 10 to 20 times the amount of money on it and it would still be shit?
No, I say just make the controls more responsive and leave, maybe up-res the levels, but keep the cutscenes the same.
Keep the awful cutscenes that just break the gameplay flow. Yeah, just keep them.
Yeah, just keep them. Keep them. They're fucking great. Like that. Those cutscenes are like the beginning of like YouTube poops. So
Yes.
So the classic. Just don't get rid of them.
Just I mean, the thing is, it's provided so much to the culture, you know, so like the culture of gaming, the culture of being alive on the internet. Like, it's a lot of it. If you dig deep enough, Zelda CDI is just waiting for you.
Dude, I think Limited Run Games put out an HD restore of Zelda CDI. I'm not sure, or maybe it's a mod, because I know that hey, get out. I know that I saw someone. It might have been one of the Nintendo-tubers that I watch, but they're like, there's an HD like enhanced control fix for Zelda CDI that makes the controls more responsive, that makes the rupee like spending a little less tedious.
Mm-hmm.
That makes everything just feel better. Still the same game, but makes everything feel better.
Cool. Great. I feel like there's not, like, I don't feel like the ceiling on that game for, like, as high quality as it could be, still not very high, I think.
Yeah. I'm all for that game, and I'm all for just make a HD upscale, making it better. But if you don't want that, if you don't want just to have fun, if you don't like fun, there's the indie game, I think the Jewel of Arzetti, which basically is just Zelda CDI, but it looks and feels better, but still has like the MS Paint cutscenes.
Man.
Or maybe it does. I don't know. It looks cool. I think it's like $10 on Steam.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly, I really want it. I want to play that game.
I don't know why.
Why? What do you mean? It's just it's like a hack and slash platformer. Actually, well, I want to say it's like a Hollow Knight, like a Metroidvania, because like you go to each level and you like get new stuff and you have to go back to you know what? It's like Zelda CDI is like a Metroidvania, like a precursor, because you did have to play through each level, but like you had to wait until you got certain items and you had to go back to different levels to use the items. Like you couldn't progress without certain things.
Do you realize that both Metroid and Castlevania came out before the Zelda CDI games?
Yeah, but the term Metroidvania didn't come out.
Oh yeah, Metroid, that Metroidvania game, and Castlevania, that Castlevania game.
No, well, Castlevania Symphony of the Night didn't come out until after, I think, on the PS1.
Sure, Symphony of the Night, but we're talking about Castlevania. The whole thing is
No, we're talking about Metroidvania.
Yeah, Metroidvania.
The genre of games called Metroidvania.
Let me Google this. Is Castlevania a Metroidvania? Because I guarantee you,
dude, Symphony of the Night.
Symphony of the Night is considered the defining Metroidvania game.
Yeah. What do you think I'm trying to say here?
Why would the original Castlevania not be Metroid? Castlevania is in the fucking name.
No, they call it Metroidvania because it's non-linear. You have the whole map to explore, but you can't get through certain things unless you have certain items or certain abilities. That's what that means. Metroid started it, but then like Castlevania Symphony of the Night perfected it, and then they ran with that formula, so they called them Metroidvanias. Castlevania on the NES and Super Nintendo don't count because they're linear story games.
God damn. That's so misleading and bad. I'm going to throw away. I'm never going to use that term again.
That's a good...
I'm throwing it in the garbage.
What would you rather call those games? Those open dungeon exploring games? What would you call them? They're not roguelites.
I mean, if you wanna pick a specific game as like, this is the game that spawned the term, then like I don't know, Symphony of the Night esque, Symphony of the Night likes
Symphony of the Night esque, because that rolls off the tongue better than Metroidvania.
Yeah. Well, Metroidvania to me implies all Metroid games, all Castlevania games that kind of look like those, right? Like. If you look at Castlevania 1 and you look at Castlevania Symphony of the Night, the mechanics are different, right?
Yes,
but
vastly.
the shit's the same. You're like walking around, you're collecting items, you're killing monsters, you're beating bosses, right? Like
no, you couldn't be further from the truth.
That's not true. It's not like it's a cart. It's not like a kart racer versus a platformer. It's two different games in which you're going around in a dungeon collecting items and killing monsters.
No. Castlevania. Even if you compared, let's say Castlevania 1, you start at the beginning, you walk in a straight line until you reach the end of the level and fight a boss. You don't collect anything. You can get power-ups, but you can lose them. Mm-hmm. You're not leveling up your level. You're not gaining different weapons. You're not getting stats. You're not like gaining abilities to explore. Mm-hmm. You have the same core abilities throughout the whole Castlevania 1, mm-hmm. jump, whip, and like ability button. Castlevania Symphony of the Night, you have backdashing, you have backflipping, you can turn into bat. Mm-hmm. You can find different weapons. You can get like spirits. You can find hidden things. You can go to any part of the map you want at any time. Mm-hmm. The level, there's no levels. It's just one big map. You have save rooms, and then once you beat all of it once, you have to do it all over again because that was only half the game. The castle then goes upside down, and you have to explore the whole thing again and do it again. Mm-hmm. That is vastly different than Castlevania, like fucking original. Not
as different as it could be. It is. It's the game. It's like Castlevania Symphony of the Night is Castlevania plus RPG elements with more movement options. That's what it is.
You're being so facetious.
I'm not. I'm telling you that there is a difference between how different games are and whether or not they could be considered the same thing. I wouldn't consider Mario Super Strikers a Mario game, right? Like if you're talking about game like, oh yeah, it's a game that's kind of like Mario. You have an idea of like what a Mario game is. If you tell me this game is kind of like Castlevania, I'm like, oh okay, yeah. So you go around in a dungeon, you kill a bunch of monsters, collect some items. Yeah, I got it. Cool.
So like
2D side-scroller platform, kill a bunch of monsters, collect a bunch of items. Yep, cool, got it.
I guess every game that does that's just Castlevania then.
Yeah, it's a Castlevania. Right? It's a Metroidvania type game. Yep.
Shut the
That's
fuck
right.
up! I hate you. You are being facetious. I hate you. You're just being a fucking scamp. you fucking know how to press my button.
I'm a little scamp.
Fucking phone's here and rip your beard hair out.
Don't do that, please. It hurts.
God, speaking of hurts, I threw out my back today and I've just felt shit all day.
Dude, okay. So, fun fact, I'm going to ask you more questions about that, but I also want the audience to know I also threw my back out 2 days ago. Something happened on Sunday. I threw out my back. Don't know. Fee, how did you throw your back out?
Putting my seatbelt on. I twisted wrong. Are too fast. I don't know.
Yep.
Like I got home this morning. Me and my sister were gonna go to Raising Cane's when it opened, a grand opening, and we decided to go to my car. I got in my driver's seat like normal. I twisted to get the belt and to click it in, and I don't know what happened, but like my back just I was like, and
Yeah.
I was in pain the whole time I was waiting at Cane's. I was in pain.
Did they at least give you? Did you tell them and they give you a little bit of free chicken? Did you get some extra cane sauce for free?
No,
bastards!
I didn't get anything for free. I didn't even get a free hat because we weren't the first 100.
Man,
that's my fault. That's something I gotta live with for the rest of my life.
I had the chance to get a free Cane's hat, just couldn't get it done.
I got home early enough, and I was like, dude, no one's gonna be there at 9 a.m. at Raising Cane's. I'm like, I'll just give myself like a night. Shut up, Jesse. I was like, I'm gonna give myself some time. I'm gonna rest. I'm tired. I've been working extra hard these past few days because we've been lack of coworkers.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, we'll leave at 8. What's the harm? And we get there at 8:20, and there is more than 100 people.
Yep.
And the amount of egg on my face, I couldn't. But we stood in line and we waited. Didn't get a hat. Felt really stupid.
So foolish.
Yeah. I was like, man, we didn't get a hat. Now we just look like fat asses who want chicken at 9 a.m.
Yeah, that's exactly what everybody thought too. Everybody who was there also waiting for chicken were like, geez, look at these fat shits. They didn't even get the hat. God damn.
Yeah, everyone with the hat laughing at the fatties.
Yeah.
Who didn't have a hat.
They're all skinny and muscular, but they're poor. That's why they need a free Cane's hat.
Listen, that free Cane's hat. It would have been right up there next to my Final Fantasy VII Rebirth hat.
Okay, to be fair to you, I have a very similar thing where I whenever the PlayStation 3 and the Wii were coming out, I went to GameStop to go camp out for a pre-order, right?
Alright.
So PlayStation 3 was announced. I called GameStop. They were like, yep, we're doing pre-orders tomorrow. We don't know how many we're getting, so just be here early. And so I was like, well, I'm going to go camp out all night. Why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
I'm in college. I don't give a fuck. So I drive all the way down there, and they close at 9, so I show up at 10 p.m. I'm like, all right, this is fine. I'll show up at 10, just camp out. It's all good. I show up at 10 and no one's there. I'm like, hell yeah, first in line. So I put my camping chair down by the front door, and I'm just sitting there playing games on my PSP at the time, maybe. I forgot what I was playing. Yeah. But
you gotta get past me if you want to get your Wii.
Yeah, I'm number one, idiots. So I'm sitting there for a couple hours, and then I realize fuck, nobody's here yet. Still, it's midnight. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna go in my car.
Yeah.
So I get in my car. I hang out, and I'm reading stuff. I'm reading a book. I'm playing a game. I'm listening to music in the car, and I'm just
having a good ass time.
Having a great time. But honestly, I'm fucking. It gets to be 2 or 3 in the morning, and I'm like, nobody's here still. All right, I'm just gonna set an alarm for whatever 6 a.m. and I'll wake up and go stand. It was 7 a.m. I wake up at 7 a.m. There's one guy in front of the door, and I was like, what the fuck? I could have just slept in my bed and showed up early. God damn it.
Son of a bitch.
So,
I thought it was going to be a big thing.
I did. PlayStation 3 announced. I'm like, well, duh. PlayStation 2, highest selling console of all time. Obviously, PlayStation 3, even if it is $600. People are going to shell out $600 for it.
No one's going to go back in, 2004?
Yeah.
No one's gonna shell out. No one had $600 back then. That was a myth.
Yeah, nobody had that much money. Everything was on payment plans.
we all fucking used Monopoly money. We had coupons.
Yeah, we had IOUs. Everybody's still in indentured servitude to GameStop.
I traded a lot of my mangoes and chickens back then.
Fuck. So obviously, later on, that like a couple of days later, whenever the Wii is announced, I call GameStop. They're like, "Yep, we're doing pre-orders tomorrow morning. Just show up early." And so I'm like, "All right, well, fucking." You know, these guys, like, I'm not gonna go show up at fucking closing time. God, I'm just,
Yeah.
I'll go. Here's the deal that I made. I'm gonna hang out at home. I'm gonna chill. I'm not gonna pack because I packed like sodas and clothes and snacks last time.
Yeah.
I didn't pack anything. I was like, fuck it. I'm just gonna show up.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go by at midnight and I'm gonna see if anyone's even there. I show up at midnight and the place is fucking popping. I was like, oh shit. Uh-oh. So I get out and they're like, yeah, cool. There's 6 people in line. You're number 7. They only have 8 pre-orders. I was like, oh fuck, thank God. I would have been so pissed off at myself.
Because of that one time, then you're like, it's not gonna be busy. Like, no one shows up to these things.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, nobody's gonna get the Wii. It sounds stupid. The Wii? It sounds like the P. Nobody's gonna come to this thing. Who cares if it's only $250? No one's gonna buy it.
Dude, yeah, $250 is so much better than fucking $600.
Yeah.
But like, there was like like, Mario Galaxy didn't come out on the Wii first year, did it?
No. The big game for Wii whenever it came out, obviously one of the things, Wii Sports was a big one.
Yeah.
But it also, I think at or near launch was Twilight Princess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember now. I don't think I got a Wii until a year after.
Man.
Maybe. Yeah, like maybe a little half a year because I was working at the time, like 6 months or maybe a year after.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even get what? Yeah, no, I got Twilight Princess. I didn't beat it until like the year after I got it.
Yeah.
But I was playing so many games on the Wii. Well, I played Wii Sports. I'm trying to think what I had on the Wii. Let's see. I know there was a Final Fantasy game on the Wii that I really liked. Well, I didn't really like it. I bought it. I pre-ordered it. I bought it. It took me 2 days to beat, and I was like, well, now what?
Oh, was it Crystal Chronicles?
I think.
I'm gonna bet it was Crystal Chronicles.
Probably. It was like the main character was a blonde guy.
Yeah, Crystal Chronicles Crystal Bearers, probably.
Probably. Took me 2 days to beat, and I was very upset. because I played a lot of the Wii games at your house, so I was like, I'm not gonna get those games because I've already played them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna just try different things. Like, I didn't get like fucking Trauma Center. I got what did I get? I had like Resident Evil: The Umbrella Chronicles and the sequel.
Mm-hmm.
Rail shooters. Man, I'm embarrassed now. Like, what games did I have? I know I had games.
What games? What games were even were there? WarioWare.
No, I didn't have WarioWare. I had Super Mario Galaxy. I know that.
Punch Out.
No, I always wanted Punch Out, but it was always expensive.
Mario Kart, Okami.
I didn't have Okami. Did I have Mario Kart? No, I never got Mario Kart for the Wii. I had Super Mario Galaxy. I had Twilight Princess.
Super Paper Mario.
Yeah, I had Super Paper Mario, and I hated it, so I traded it back in. I had Tatsunoko versus Capcom.
Yep.
Shit. I probably had some other ones. I know I played my Wii a lot. I know I had some Virtual Console games.
They had Donkey Kong Country Returns.
No, didn't have that.
Skyward Sword.
Yeah, I had Skyward Sword, but it took me a while. Like, I had to get the what's it called? The Wii Motion Plus. I had all the Just Dances. I had every Just Dance.
Fun.
I had the Just Dance games. I think I had Michael Jackson: The Experience.
Mm-hmm.
I had Just Dance Kids. I didn't buy that one. I stole it, so.
So it doesn't count.
Doesn't count. I had games. I had games, so. I got the worth out of the Wii, I think.
Man.
better than the fucking PS Vita, which I can remember one game only and nothing else.
Yeah, I remember playing the Uncharted game on PlayStation Vita, and the time at which I bought into the hype. I was like, oh yeah, this makes like sense. This is going to be kick ass. But I remember the time where I lost all of my faith. The first game that I played was the Uncharted game, and I was going around the level. I was like, oh, this is pretty good. Like graphics are actually really nice. And then it was like, go ahead.
I had Smash Bros.
Oh yeah, Smash Bros. Of course, yeah, Brawl. But yeah, you get up to like a thing of vines, and it's like cut through the vines with the touchpad on the back, and I was like,
yeah, use your fingies.
Fuck, never mind. This is gonna not be good.
Oh, that's stupid. That stupid the boopin'. I just want to run and gun.
Man,
fucking dumb. I liked my Wii. I liked it a lot. There was fun games on there, but like I can't remember like a lot on there. I remember like playing Wii Sports and fucking loving Wii Sports, playing Wii Sports with like y'all guys, and I know I played it with my sister. Playing Just Dance. Oh my god. I probably still have the video, but I don't want to talk. It's embarrassing. I have this video of me playing this Just Dance song, and I had that Sonic the Hedgehog, the ears and the spikes, like the ones you had, but it was like actual GameStop one. I have me doing a full song and getting perfect on it as a kid with the hood on my head, with the Sonic the Hedgehog hair on my head.
Hell yeah!
And I remember recording it, and I thought it was so cool, but like I saw it. It's on Facebook somewhere. It's very embarrassing.
Hell yeah!
I also this is stupid. I have a video I did for Taco Bell, right, a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
They were giving away free PSP Vitas if you sent them a video of you destroying your PSP. And I had a PSP, and it was broken. They didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
And I sent them this is a video on Facebook too. I sent them a video of me destroying my PSP, and I was in my backyard, and I put it like on a cement block, and I was like, hey Taco Bell, I want the PS Vita, and this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do to show you how much I want it. And I was like, I got a hammer. I'm gonna hammer it. I'm fucking beating the PSP. And I'm like, now I got a crowbar. I'm gonna go Gordon Freeman on it. And I was hitting it. And I'm like, all right, now I'm gonna put it on the ground. I'm gonna get my bike and I'm gonna run over it. And then you see fucking me get my bike and run over it like awkwardly.
Wow.
And then I pick up the PSP and I'm like, see that, Taco Bell? I'm committed.
I'm committed. I'm in the cult.
And I didn't get a Vita, sadly.
Damn. Taco Bell saw that and went, whoa, too hardcore. We can't give this loose cannon a Vita.
What do you think he's gonna do with all that power? I ended up buying one myself, but man, every time those things show up on my memories, I'm just like,
like, no, thank you, no, thank you.
I'm like, oh, delete this off the internet. Oh, oh man, I know. I always say that, like, I don't look like I age. You can see pictures of me when I'm younger.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I must have been like 16 or 17 at the time, and I look like a baby. I look like a small child.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, man, I don't know.
Listen, for like all of this started because we were talking about throwing out your back. If you're out there listening and you've never thrown out your back,
it sucks.
It sucks. And the worst part about it is once you do it once, it's so easy to do it again for the rest of your life. They're like concussions.
Yeah.
So just like Fee was saying, you don't even have to do anything weird. Like I was sitting on the couch, just sitting there, I wasn't even doing anything. I was like, I had my legs pulled up and I was sitting just like watching a movie. And then I was about to get up and I just tried to get up a little bit. And then all of a sudden, just like my whole back felt like it was on fire and being stabbed. And if you or someone if I guess if you're looking for the signs of whenever somebody is having a back spasm, if you hear them start to do this,
oh god, yes,
that's it. It's happening.
If you hear someone like breathing heavy, like they just fucking ran a few laps, like are breathing heavy when they're walking because every step is like someone like with a vice on your spine. That's how you know they threw out their fucking back.
Yeah.
Like, this every time I throw out my back, I go.
Yeah.
Just that's how it is. I'm like, oh man, I throw my back, and it always so sudden. It just fucking gets you. It doesn't feel like fire. It just feels like my back kind of like you know when like you a slinky, right? Like how when it's at rest it's like tight. It's like someone grabbed the top while holding on to the bottom, pulled it up real quick and then put it back down, but then some of the coils are like to the side.
Yeah, they're all fucked up and you're like,
yeah, they're all
how do I fix it?
That's exactly how it feels. And then like I'm just breathing heavy. And then like I'm at like a weird angle because I can't straighten my back.
Yep. Yeah, and like basically if you can't lay down, if you have to be sitting up because you're like working or whatever, you're going to be sitting at like a weird angle or like putting all of your weight on like one leg so that you can avoid like touching that part of your back. It's the worst because whenever you start to do that, that also weakens that side of your back. And so like, if your back spasm doesn't go away within a few days, you can start to like re-injure the other side, which sucks. Like you could just get stuck in a cycle of like, oh fuck, I can't find a comfortable position until you like just have to lay down and you're like, that's it. I can't move. Can't do it no more.
I laid down. And it hurt to lay down on my like stomach. I didn't want to lay on my back because then if I got up, I wouldn't be able to get up.
Yep.
So I had to lay on my stomach, and it hurt. Just everything hurt. It feels better now, but it hurts. It still hurts. I feel it, but I think that's because I took an ibuprofen. So some of that pain is like not there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure I've told this story on the podcast before, but the first time that I had a back spasm, I got prescribed muscle relaxers, and they were like, don't do anything crazy, just take the muscle relaxers and just like lay down and make sure that like, you know, get some sleep and get some rest. And I took them, and within half an hour was like, wow, my back is all fixed, look, I can touch my toes and shit. And then the next day just ruined.
You're like, oh man, probably shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. Oh, geez. What a smart man I am. Wow. I'm in college. Cool.
God, I like throw it. It sucks because like if you throw out your back like in the morning, especially if like you want to like you had plans that day, well, like it looks like your plans just got fucking 100 times harder. Especially like if you're going walking or something.
Yeah.
If you're doing like an active activity.
Yeah, if you're moving at all.
I threw out my back before we went to Raising Cane's, and let me tell you, like if people saw me, it must have looked like I was like those 1,000-pound life people where they fucking hovel side to side. And I was walking like that because like I did not want to like flex my back in any way. I was kind of like stiff. I was walking like a fucking newborn robot, just fucking jittering. It was bad.
God, man, like, yeah, they're looking at you. You're like moving around weird. You're like, They're like, is this guy that horny for chicken? Fuck is up with this dude?
Dude, it
I
was
get you
even
didn't
worse
get the
'cause-
hat, but don't make it weird.
Yeah, jeez, God, it's just chicken. It made it worse because I was with my sister, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for those who don't know, my sister is like 9 months pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
And there I am, like sitting on chairs and stuff, and having to like sit, and they're just like, look at this fucking guy with that pregnant. She's not even letting her sit down.
Mm-hmm.
And like they don't know. Like I told my sister, like once we got to like somewhere we could sit, I was like, hey, you want to sit on a chair? I was being like real nice. I was like, you want to sit down? She was like, no. I was like, okay, good. I fucking sat down.
Okay, good. Fuck you. Oh.
But like to people who didn't see me like ask her, they're like, this fucking guy just. I was like expecting someone to be like, hey, fucking let this pregnant girl sit down. What the fuck? And I'm just like, I'm like, please, sir, please,
No,
don't
please,
move
just leave me alone.
It was the worst, and I was just like, oh man, I feel fucking weird. But like, I wasn't the only fat person there. There was people at 9 in the morning getting chicken. A lot of fat people were there, so I was okay. Like I wasn't the odd one out. I just looked fucking. I was sweaty. It was hot. I'm like fucking 1,000 pounds. Yeah. I looked like I ran a marathon, and my bones were fucking aching like I have Parkinson's because my back.
Just in your back, yeah. God, it's so bad. Like
Here, like I've thrown out my back, been throwing out my back since I was 16. It's been happening since I was 16, because it started when I was in high school, and it lasts a few days. And it doesn't happen that often. Every couple of like years. Like the last time I threw out my back was 4 years ago. I remember.
Man.
So, but like I try not to like make sudden jolts.
Yeah.
When I fucking do stuff.
But the thing is, like, it almost feels like you can't do anything to prevent it, because like by the time you realize something has happened, you're like, what did I do?
Dude, yeah. When it happens, I'm like that. Oh, like as soon as it happens, I'm like, there's my fucking back. What the fuck?
That's like, it's the only thing that you can do to prevent it for sure is imagine that like your whole body is wearing like the bat suit from the 1989 Batman. So you can't turn your body, but leave your legs in the same place. You just always have to turn your legs. Like it's Resident Evil 1. So you can't move the camera to the right. It's like, nope, you got to move the whole body, bud. The whole body.
Yeah, your body goes from fucking like peak PS5, like Dark Souls controls to fucking PS1 Resident Evil tank controls.
Yeah, dude. It's so rough, because like not only do you injure your back like immediately, but also every like you just when you think you're like, oh yeah, okay, I've got the right position. If I just like lean on it this way, then I'm totally fine. Okay, now I can relax. Oh, not relax that much. Okay, not that much. Okay, well maybe I could find it, and that's your whole day is sitting on chairs and being like, all right, well what if I like slouch real hard? Does that? Oh no, that's terrible. Oh, I can't sit back up. Oh fuck. Oh fuck.
Yeah, I had to find like a hard straight surface and lay my back across to pop it a little bit to maybe offset the pain.
Mm-hmm.
And God, it's so bad. It was like I was walking and I felt everything under my shoe, like throughout my whole body. If I stepped on a rock, I felt a goddamn rock throughout my whole body.
Yeah. Oh.
Being old sucks. Don't get old. Don't get old, fucking poggers. Don't get old.
Okay, there's a big. We were talking about what we were going to talk about today on today's episode, and there's one story that came out where it's like, well, you can't not talk about that. It's like the thing that everyone's talking about right now.
Yeah.
So
it's big doc disrespect.
Yeah.
There it is, baby. Big doc disrespect. I don't want to say outed himself, like the guys came out and said it on Twitter, but like he confirmed it.
Yeah,
and
so
he's making light of it.
Yeah, basically, there was back in the day, There was
Twitch Whispers.
yeah, back in the day there was Twitch Whispers. In 2020, Dr. Disrespect got banned for some reason from Twitch. He didn't say why. Twitch didn't say why. He was like, I haven't been informed why I was removed. Which is probably the best strategy that you could do, is be like, I don't know why I was banned either. I'd tell you if I knew.
Yeah, that's just that's like lawyer talk. That's fucking law talk.
Yeah, for sure. His lawyer was like, just say you don't know. That's like, you don't have to lie to people and be like, oh, it was because of this. Just tell them you don't know either.
Yeah. Did you see the video when he found out?
Yeah.
Like, God, like the fear and shock. Like, he was wearing sunglasses, but like he was just like, oh fuck, and then just like quit the stream.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was so great. Like, he knew immediately. He knew immediately what had happened.
Yeah.
And like what was gonna happen.
So 2020 happens. He gets notified he's banned. He's gone. He's the only thing anybody's talking about for, I mean, months. Weeks, I should say, because he comes back a couple months later. Now he's on YouTube. It's like a big triumphant return. Still nobody is talking about why he got banned. There's a few people that are like, oh, I know why he got banned, but I can't say anything. Oh, it sounds pretty bad, but I can't say anything. So flash forward to this week and last week. Basically, a former Twitch employee confirmed on Twitter, like, vague tweeted and said like, oh yeah, you know, and then there was this time where like a big streamer got banned forever because he was using Twitch Whispers to talk to a minor, and everybody was like, I know who you're talking about. Like, this isn't Sneaky Dog. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. And like that's been going on for the past week. And Doc is just like, I think his first tweet was like, listen, there was no admittance to wrongdoing. Twitch paid me out, and we're all good.
Yeah, he was like there was like nobody admitted to any wrongdoing, and I got paid, so that should tell you everything that you need to know. I still don't know why I got banned.
People are like, I don't like the way you said that.
Yeah, people are like, okay, so wrongdoing wasn't admitted, but did it happen? What?
Yeah, like you left it so open ended. Like you're not saying everything. And then I like fast forward to today. He put out the big fucking Twitter memo, and he was like, listen guys, you know me. I don't like to fuck around or mince fucking words. Did I use Twitch Whispers to chat to a minor? Yes. Did it get too spicy? Did I let it go too far? Yes. But nothing happened, and I didn't do it with intent. We didn't meet up, and you know I'm the fucking Doc.
Yeah.
I would never do that.
You know me. Hey, it's Doc.
And then like he goes on to this whole spiel, and everyone's like, what do you mean you had no intention? You were doing it. Yeah,
okay, so his exact message, were there Twitch Whisper messages with an okay, so you can edit tweets now. This is one of the things that I find most interesting. His original tweet says, were there Twitch Whisper messages with an individual back in 2017? His revised tweet says, were there Twitch Whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? he was like, nah. Let's go ahead and get out in front of that. Let's just admit it was a minor. Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah.
The answer is yes. Were there real intentions behind these messages? You hear this shit on To Catch a Predator all the time. Yeah. Absolutely not. These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes lean too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. Nothing illegal happened. No pictures were shared. No crimes were committed. I never even met the individual.
I don't even know them. It could have been a guy for all I know.
They could have been overage. They could be dead. I don't know.
Why? What do you mean? Like, why would you like talk that way to a minor? Like in the first place, like how old was he at the time? Like in his 30s?
Yeah, I think he was late 30s. Is what I'm gonna bet. I can look this up.
Late 30s. wife and kid. Why would you even like entertain that? Like, I get like in a group chat setting, just sending bullshit, but like this is a one-on-one on Twitch whispers, something no one used. So, what the fuck, Doc?
Let's see. He, yes, 2000. He was 38 years old.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh shit. I don't know. He didn't say the individual's age. But they were a minor.
Yep.
Meaning under 18. So I'm not speculating. This is all alleged. You gotta specify it's alleged.
Yeah.
Like they could be anywhere from like I don't want to say it's too young. I'm just gonna say like 15 to 17.
Yeah.
That seems like Doc. That seems like Doc Disrespect's demographic.
Yeah, the people that would end up watching his stream. Yeah, that, I mean, and something happened there. So he's messaging with someone. They say something like, yeah, this really kicked my butt, and Dr. Disrespect said, oh, your butt? Breakfast? Yeah, that could have happened. I don't know. It could have been anything, right? Like, it could have been any message that was, this could have been like, oh, suck my dick if you think that's the case. Or it could be full on like, oh, yeah, I want to make you my underage boy bride. Who knows, right? Could be anything.
Yeah, it could be anything. Like, it just... unless if he says it was nothing, I mean, let us see the messages. Like,
no, I don't want that. I'm good.
He doesn't want that, but like,
I don't need to see Dr. Disrespect's bad flirt game on Twitch Whispers. I'm good.
Yes, I do. I love seeing cringe. I love it. I want to see. I want to, because he puts on like this I'm so fucking hard fucking persona. I want to see, I want to see how it is when he's behind closed doors.
Yeah, I imagine he approaches it with the same thing, like the same sort of like bravado that he does. I don't imagine that he's like, yeah, this is the real me in Twitch Whispers. I would love to see them boobies.
Yeah, he's like, you know me as Dr. Disrespect, but I want you to call me Dr. Dick Respect.
Yeah. And he said it like that too. He typed it out, Dr. Dick ... Dick Respect. Yeah.
Like he second guessed himself. He's like, oh dude, I don't know if this is gonna land. Then he just typed it out.
Yeah. Sent. He's like, fuck it. It's fine.
They're underage. They don't care. It doesn't matter. Whoa.
So basically, this like Twitch employee says this, right? Then, just a couple accusations. Like Theo, who's a developer, influencer, React content person who programs now. He's like, yeah, I don't know anything about this. I'm not the person to talk about. And he's a former Twitch employee. And then he tweets again and he's like, I just reached out to a bunch of people and holy fuck, yeah, that's bad. Yeah. You're like, what? So all this is happening. And my favorite thing is going into Reddit threads about this because people are like, obviously the live stream fails subreddit, which is where all like Twitch and YouTube streamer drama happens. They're going insane. There's a mega thread with live updates that are like, oh, fucking this guy. Did you see? Somebody tweeted that he Twitch whispered a minor back in 2020, but nobody listened to him. That's crazy.
Yeah. I keep seeing these videos. They're like, listen, even if you're under an NDA, you could still come out and say if it's a crime and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, I mean, that's true, but like, fuck.
Yeah. Personally, I think if I were in Doc's horrific situation, that's what I would do. Is I would be like, I don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows. Twitch isn't going to say, you can't ask anybody why the reason is. I can't tell you. Like, I can't catch myself. Like, if he's like, okay, I know exactly what the reason is, and I've revealed exactly this much. What if that changes over time? He's like, oh yeah, well, it was because of, just some like interaction with the community. And then, a year later, he's like, yeah, well, it was like messages with like one person in my community. And, there was some like, some stuff that they did, and you know, I wasn't cleared of all wrongdoing, so it's like, well, we have to take action or whatever. And then the lie evolves over time. It's so much easier to just be like, I don't have any details, you don't have any details, let's not speculate on it. Nothing. I wasn't sued. That's it.
I wasn't sued. In fact, Twitch paid me.
Yeah, Twitch paid me. You ever think about that?
The thing is, like,
you don't pay pedophiles. Wait, sorry, predators.
Oh, I mean, yeah, predators. PDF files. What's it called? It's just with this coming out, like, is he just gonna stream like nothing happened? Like, you know, people in his chat are gonna be fucking gassing him up.
Yeah.
Like, is YouTube gonna take the allegation seriously? Are they gonna let him stream? Like we don't know anything. It's still too fucking fresh.
Yeah.
It's too fresh.
Yeah.
We don't know. Like,
there has been some fallout when the rumors happened.
Well, his gaming label dropped him.
They did. So he was one of the co-founders of this company. One of the other co-founders on Twitter, somebody was like, are you seeing this? What the fuck are you doing about this? Like, you said that, like, you're going to launch an investigation. Like, how long have you not known? And the dude responded and was like, this is literally the first that I'm hearing of this accusation. So, like, give us some time to get our shit together. And within 24 hours, they were like, yeah, you gotta go. Yeah, Dr. Yeah, you gotta go.
Yeah, they're like, this is not good. Like, we can't bounce back from this. You can't be here.
Yeah. It was like I think probably the worst part about it is that the original tweet that they wrote had some language in it that was like, we assumed that all parties were innocent going into this. That being said, you know, we found out some things, and some things were pretty bad, and so we're going to go ahead and cut contact with Dr. Disrespect because 55 people work at this place, and they provide food for their families with this job, so, like, we can't... Yeah, we don't want to put their job in jeopardy because of this fuck, so...
Yeah, you gotta go. Like, dude, if you look on Twitter right now, he's top trending right now.
Yeah.
It's top trending. And everyone's dogging on him. Like, it's so crazy.
Yeah.
That this one thing that he decided to fucking do for no reason, top of his game, making a lot of money, has a family. He just thought, I'm fucking big shit, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Just to ruin his career.
The thing is,
do I think it'll ruin his career? No. I think he'll be fine.
It's so funny.
I think he'll be fine.
I have a calendar reminder tomorrow that says, how's the completionist doing? Does anyone even give a shit? And yeah, that's, here's the answer. You don't hear about the completionist that much anymore. He's still doing stuff, but he's not like the forefront of everyone's mind of being like a charity scam artist, right? So
yeah, yes he is. Like, the only people that watch him are just like, oh, Gerard, we stand with you, we love you. We still like watching, you know, whatever you put out. But like, if you go to like his videos, you can see exactly like how it's changed his channel. He stopped putting himself on thumbnails. He had a new thumbnail artist because like the people that were working with him stopped working with him.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't put himself on thumbnails. His what's it called? His reviews are like real basic. Like, and that's the thing. That's why I stopped watching him a long time ago, because he just started being very generic. Man. He started being real generic, and it's just gotten worse. And he's still going.
Yeah.
He's still getting, like, I'm looking at, this is how you could tell. His views before the whatever happened was in the hundreds of thousands of K viewers. And then after the response, you know, you got 200 K views, 100, 170, 90, and then like recently they're like going down. No one's really watching them. 90, 60, 50K, 60K, 50K. He's barely hitting 100K viewers on any of his most recent videos.
Yeah.
Is it bad? Like, he's still getting like 40K. That's still something. But like, for someone with like 1 million plus subscribers, Like
Yeah.
every video doesn't breach 100K. It's telling.
So that being said, though, like none of there's no drama or discourse around him anymore. So if
There's a subreddit.
there is a subreddit, but like that, like I mean like in a wider audience, because there's always going to be like sad sack doom watchers that are like, hey, did you fucking, okay, in the latest video 23 seconds in, do you see how he frowns? Oh man, we should make that the subreddit picture. I'm gonna jerk off to it tonight. He looks so sad.
It's like, okay, like people would dog on him, like if in his other videos he brings up his mother again, because like he has a bad habit of bringing up his mother for like sad points in a lot of his videos. And he did that even with his response. The thing is, like, no one's watching him right now, but the minute he's like, oh, I'm gonna be streaming again, and this is a charity stream, you bet your ass everyone's gonna be on him.
Oh, of course. I mean, the thing is, that was the same thing. I don't know, like, you may have not been plugged into it at the time, but whenever Dr. Disrespect originally, like, this happened, basically two things happened around the same time. He got permanently banned, and then he put out a video where he was like, oh, I cheated on my wife, right?
I heard about that.
Like, I don't know if she made him do it, but I'm almost positive she made him do it. She's like, wow, you cheated on me. You go tell the whole fucking world what you did, and maybe I'll stay with you.
I bet she did.
So he starts streaming, and he's like, he's not even in costume. He's like, hey guys, just like,
is it just him and like his like bald, no wig?
Yeah, he's not bald. The worst thing about Dr. Disrespect is he's actually super hot. I hate to say that, but like he is just objectively. So he's like, listen, just stupid fucking mistakes. I was unfaithful to my wife, and I'm sorry, whatever. So he leaves, right? He comes back a few months later. He starts streaming again. Obviously, people in online games, when he's got voice chat on, people are like, oh, is that the two-timer? Hey, is that the two-timer? Hey, you fucking around on your wife again? And he's getting donation messages like that. He's getting people in his chat like that. There's no fucking way, because he said after the end of he's like, I'm taking a big vacation. I'll come back strong. My favorite thing about his whole message, because it's like, the long and short of this message is, yes, I did something wrong. No, it wasn't illegal. I don't think that I'm a predator, and you shouldn't think that I'm a predator either. All my friends and family and community, you're all great. Sorry that this like made you uncomfortable, but fuck it. Also, at the end, he started to make it like adversarial. The last thing that he said is, they want me to disappear. Yeah, fucking right. Damn, the world isn't gonna stop turning without your dumb little stream, Dr. Disrespect. Holy shit, you're not a freedom fighter.
Like they'd lose the doc, like they'd lose me. I'll always be her, baby. No matter what. Cheating on my wife, I'll be here. Messaging a minor, I'm gonna be here. They can't get rid of this voice. Fucking Doc Disrespect, the fucking revolutionary, fucking Che Guevara over here.
Yeah, it's hard. So like, it's hard to judge something like this because Doc made it very easy. He messaged a minor, fuck that guy. Like a very clear line.
Okay, well look, messaging a minor, it's fine if you're just having like a conversation. Like about, like, say you're in a group chat, there's a minor, you text him, you're like, hey, if you come see me at what is it, Twitch fucking fair or whatever.
Twitch fair, the Twitch science channel.
TwitchCon. At TwitchCon, I'll give you my autograph. You can take a picture. We'll meet up and you'll have a good time because you're in my Discord, whatever, blah blah.
Yeah,
that's fine.
No, yeah,
you're having like a fan meet, but. When he's yes, I was texting a minor. Okay. Cool. Yes, it was inappropriate.
Yeah, at times it got a little inappropriate. Oh yeah, hey, if you come to the signing, make sure to like wear them short shorts. I like. Who knows?
Make sure the back of them say disrespect.
Yeah.
Just fucking
property of Dr. Disrespect. Yeah.
Don't do that, dude.
That's that's the thing is like the minor thing makes us very clearly like fuck this guy. However, there are a number of people that have also been like sort of canceled for this for a very similar reason, whether or not it's true or whether or not like how bad it is. They're not, like two examples that I could think of are Nick Robinson and Vinny Vinesauce, right?
Yeah.
Nick Robinson was a content creator for Polygon. He and Griffin McElroy had a number of video shows. They had I think a podcast together.
This guy.
And he's also Porter Robinson's brother.
Yeah.
He was like a really prolific video maker. Well, then somebody on Twitter decided to be like, hey, somebody come get your fucking boy, and they showed some DMs from him to her where he's like, oh, trying to hit on her, and he's like, there's like the meme where it's like, oh yeah, if you like tilt your phone, you could like see in this like magic eye picture it says send nudes, and he sent that to someone and was like, wonder what this could be.
What could this mean?
It
was a joke.
And so, like, the line there is like, okay, you are engaging with somebody in your community. You are in a sort of position of power in which you could be like, I have a big platform. You love me. You're a big fan of me and my work. Now let me see your butthole. And because of a lot of like societal and like being a good person reasons, you shouldn't be doing that. And I'm fine with people being like, actually, fuck this guy.
Listen, Dr. Disrespect, he's very between people, right? Like some people don't like him, some people don't, and now this is given reason for like, oh, I knew I didn't like him for a reason. I think when it comes out, when like someone does something like real bad, like fucking they're caught fucking talking to minors and shit, and they're like well liked, or they're like one of those people like, yeah, we got to get rid of all these bad people and do all that stuff. It makes it worse, right?
Yeah, it does. And like the thing, okay, so for Vinny Vinesauce, it was something very similar where like a few people came out and were like, oh yeah, he's like tried to sext me before. He was like sending me emails, and like the amount of like investigative journalism on this got to the point where somebody was like, well, these accusations couldn't be true because of the timestamps. He was streaming at the time. He couldn't have like done this. Some of them may have been real. Some of them may have not been, but like the effect was like a bunch of people were like, yeah, I don't know. I like Vinny. I'm not like, I'm sticking by him. Or people were like, just believe the victims. Fuck it. Like, fuck this guy. And now, I mean, he's back to like doing most of his usual stuff. But like, it's one of those things where it's like, it's really an individual on an individual level. It's like, okay, if this guy did this thing, would you be uncomfortable with watching his content? Because he's like abusing his power as like the head of a group to be able to like get sexual favors from people that like, like him. Yeah. Maybe, right? Like that's a personal call that like, but Doc made it so fucking easy to be to be like, yeah, listen, I was messaging somebody in my community and things got a little spicy. This was like one of the things that my wife was like not a fan of, the whole cheating thing, and I've evolved and I've grown. Like, okay, all right, yeah, like I don't like that you did that. That's that's not a good thing. Oh, and they were a minor. Whoop 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 whoop. No, thank you. Don't think so.
It's that meme of the Vault Boy going, hold up.
Yeah, it's like it's so easy to be like, no, just fuck this guy. And the thing is, like what Dr. Disrespect has going for him that the completionist and I'm going to say Vinny as well, and Nick Robinson didn't have, is he has a really loud, aggressive personality, and the fans that he attracts are rabid. So when the accusations were first coming out, I was reading Twitter threads, and like half of the comments in these were like, wow, this is pretty fucked up, and like, like, man, can't wait to see how Doc handles this. Like, God, we've been knowing this for a while. And then the other half were like, well, there was no wrongdoing. We've already known that. Like, so this is just more baseless bullshit coming out of nowhere. Like, you know, you shouldn't tear down a man's career for speculation. It's fucking like a lot of them were just dick writing Dr. Disrespect as hard as possible. And I'm wondering if any of them have been like, all right, I gotta go back and delete that comment. Yeah, no, I can't be in the wrong about this. I gotta go.
Yeah, and they're gonna be like, look, even if he did, they're not even a minor anymore. It's been 4 years.
Yeah, they've probably got a kid at this point. God, they probably graduated high school by now.
They're probably. God damn. Oh shit, that's. They probably just post their graduation selfies.
Yeah.
Fuck. Oh fuck. No. Oh, don't say that.
God,
Don't say that.
And the thing is, like, I don't doubt that what happened in 2020 really made Dr. Disrespect be like, oh shit, I've really got to get my shit under control.
Yeah, there's no way. Oh, God, there's no way. Like he was texting. Like I can't even say what he was thinking when he was. He had to have asked them their age, right? Like he had to, if you're like some fucking big figure and like you're talking to someone and they're getting a little bit, you know, a little bit too comfortable and they're making a little bit sexual. You gotta be like, oh wait, before this goes on, you know, how old are you? So that way, if you're not old enough, I could put the fucking stop the kibosh on this, or we can keep going. I think that's like if they were old and he was like doing Twitch whispers, he's just cheating.
Ah, yeah, and
no,
it's
not,
people cheat all the time.
It's not great, but it sounds better than he was indecently texting a minor.
Yeah, I think the main question that comes up, because like what Dr. Disrespect has going for him right now is that Twitch has a policy that's like, you can't be on our website unless you're like 18. Like anybody that's a minor, like streamers are told, and this happens in like most big streamers chats. If you have mods in your chat and anybody says anything, even as a joke where they're like, LOL, I'm 8 years old, you're banned immediately. Like that's the policy, is like, if your content is for adults, you fucking ban them. You ban children, and you assume that like, I've marked my stream. This was, I think, before the time in which you could mark your stream as like mature only. So like,
sure was.
This is in a time in which you're like, okay, like the people that are in my chat, I like, if TOS is anything and people are paying attention, the only people that should be able to Twitch whisper me are the people that are on the Twitch platform correctly, and that would be not minors. So like, that's the only thing he can have going for him. If he's like, oh yeah, I found out as a part of the investigation that this person was a minor. I am like a cheating, philandering piece of shit, but I'm not a predator. Like, dude, that's the only thing that he could say that could make people be like, wow, look at that.
That's still, man, that's so, you're giving him a lot of leeway. Like, you know that kids watch Twitch.
Yeah. You know, yeah.
You just know. And like, oh, if like I said, if you're you're a person with such a big following, you have to be on your P's and Q's. You got to get it in writing. And you got to be like, hey, listen, you got to tell me how old you are, and you can't lie about it. Because, like, let's say that they told him, oh, I'm like 20, but they turned out to be a minor.
Yeah.
Like, he just has to screenshot it and be like, look,
yeah,
I thought
dude,
they
I had
were
no
20.
idea.
Like, yeah, dude, they told me they were 20. And now it comes out that they're like fucking 15.
Yeah.
Like, I had no idea, but like, you'd still get in trouble depending on how far it went. If you're just messaging them, like, you can get like a slap on the wrist. I don't think you'll get like any penalties. They'll just be like, oh God, you're weird and this is cringe. But they did lie to you. But like, if you're like sexting them and then they're just like, oh, by the way, I'm a minor. And now they got your fucking wiener.
Yeah.
Like they got all your bits. they come out and they're like, oh, he was fucking, he was so pushy. He came on to me and I told him how old I was. Like, there's just no getting out. Like, of course they, like I said he could say, oh, they told me they were this age. Well, you still did it, dude.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you still did it. And like, the thing is, you know, without knowing the context of like how this happened, how like the conversation went down, you don't know how bad it is, but you've got to assume the worst. Like, you have to assume that this person was like, listen, you know, I'm like, you got to assume they're like, I'm 16, but I'm very mature for my age. Look at my big boobs. And Dr. Disrespect is like, yeah, you know what? I shouldn't be talking to you, but damn, those tits are convincing. Anyway, so we were talking about my huge dong, and it is huge. Let me tell you.
Let me assure. I'm not gonna show you, but just picture yourself holding 2 summer sausages back to back.
Yeah, let me draw you a picture of it.
it's just the worst picture of a wiener. Just like fucking chalkboard drawing of a wiener.
And he's like, that's. I outlined it, and it does come out to 2.5 feet. That's fine. The main problem with it is if I ever get like a full boner, I don't have enough blood to circulate to my brain and I pass out. So like, I do have to tie off the last like foot if I ever want to have sex. Anyway, you'll get good at tying knots if we like meet up at TwitchCon.
Which we totally should.
Which we definitely will. I, Dr. Disrespect, would love to risk my career for this. He said it.
He typed it out. He put it there in writing. It's like, oh my god. What? Okay, so this is also weird. Like, he planned to meet up with them at TwitchCon. I really need to hear from the person that he was messaging. Like, were they just were they a fan? Were they some rando, or were they like a creator? Also, like, he went to TwitchCon. TwitchCon's expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And if a minor's going, like, what does he tell his parents? Or what do they tell their parents? What do they tell their parents? Hey, I'm going to TwitchCon. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine, and I'll come back later. Don't check up on me. Like,
yeah, I mean, it depends. Like, maybe they're a resident of the city where TwitchCon is in, right? Like, so they're like, oh, I'm just gonna take up, like, you know, I'm 16, I'm gonna take a bus to this convention, or my parents can drop me off or whatever. We're gonna meet up, I'm gonna meet up with Dr. Disrespect. He's gonna get me into like some like ultra private stuff, like an MV, like a cool lounge, and then we're gonna leave together, and I'm gonna give him a hand job behind the hotel. It's fine. We've got it all planned out.
Yeah, but what did they tell their parents? Oh, this popular streamer said that they'd let me into their private party. Like, it's a red flag. Like, yeah,
totally. And like, as a parent,
you're just like, whoa.
I'm like, you are stupid. And so I don't
your kid that you're dumb.
I don't know if I've told you this story or not, but I'm pretty sure I've told you. I don't know if I told it on the podcast or not, but whenever I was 18, I went to Kineticon, which was at the time like the con in America for webcomics. They just had a bunch of like Dr. McNinja and 8-Bit Theater and
you got me that Dr. McNinja.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, it was sick.
I still got it.
But when I got there, I was like trying to get in my hotel, and they're like, yeah, you can't check in because our hotel has a bar, and Connecticut state law says that like you can't check into a hotel room as a minor if the hotel has a bar. And I was like, well, that's fucking stupid. That should have been like in the confirmation stuff. I called my parents, I'm like, how do I fix this? They're like, oh, well, I'll check with my manager because the bar is actually under construction, so it's actually closed right now. Anyway, finally, I switch hotels. While this whole thing is going on, there are these two webcomic artists that are like dating that are there, and we're talking because like we're both having troubles. They're like, oh yeah, I don't have, like, we don't have a room. Something happened with our reservation. They just don't have it. Finally, my parents are like, yeah, we got you a reservation at a different hotel. Just take a, like, walk down there and it's fine. So I walked down there with them because I was like, yeah, like, listen, figure it out tomorrow. Don't worry about it. You can, like, stay in my room for tonight and you can just figure it out tomorrow. I'm, like, trying to be nice.
Yeah.
The lady at the front desk calls my parents whenever I check in, and she's like, hey, there's 2 other people with your like 18-year-old kid. Can you fucking figure this out? And so they called me and they're like, what the fuck is happening? I'm like, these 2 people just needed a room. It's like, it's not a big deal. They're only going to be here for one night. It's not a huge deal. And my dad was like, you have no idea who they are. You have no idea what they want. You have no idea like what's going to happen. They need to be out of there now. And I was arguing with him about it back and forth until finally I was finally like, okay, fine. So I had to tell them, I was like, yeah, I'm sorry. My like the front desk told, and my dad says that you can't stay here. I'm so sorry. And it worked out because they ended up taking my room at the other hotel. So everything was okay. But like now, if my son did that, I like my mom did threaten. She was like, I will get a plane to Connecticut like tomorrow and bring your ass back home. And I was like, fucking fine. Like, that's the shit I would do to my son if he did that. And if he came to me and was like, yeah, like one of my favorite streamers is going to be at this convention. We've been talking in like in private chats about like, we're like going to hang out and play video games together. I'd be like, sorry, you're what? Sorry. How old is this person?
Yeah, no, like, listen, son, I'm not my parents. I actually know what's going on. Like that dude. That's the thing about like your kids. You're like, wait a minute, hold on, let me look up this. Who are they? Look them up real quick. Fucking like palm through the streams and their messages, and you're like, yeah, no, you're not staying with them.
Yeah,
sorry.
Especially at the time, like Dr. Disrespect. His like the sub club was called the Slick Daddy Club. He was talking about how like athletic he is, how big he can jump, how awesome he is. Like, if you hear that as a parent and you're like, oh yeah, this person is messaging my minor. No, this person wants to fuck my kid. For sure they do.
Yeah. And then they're gonna feel awkward. You're like, I know something. They're gonna come home. They're gonna just be weird. I'm be like, oh man, it fucking happened.
Oh no,
like, God. Yeah, no, like for sure. I like if for your kid, you'll be like, yeah, no, you're not doing that. I don't care who you are. Like, I don't care who they are. Like, your kid's gonna resent you, but I think it's better. Like, oh man, that's so old. That's so old of me to say. Fucking
yeah.
They're gonna resent you, but like in time they're gonna understand.
Yeah, they're gonna get up to the point where they're like, yeah, that was a good call, actually.
Yeah, no
thank
shit.
you for doing that. Because like the thing is with all of the stuff that's like going on with Dr. Disrespect, you can, if you try to put yourself in his shoes, it's so hard to see a world in which you know that this person is a minor, and then you're like, I'm too horny and cool to think that there's a problem with this. Like,
yeah.
Yeah,
they don't see the problem, but it is a problem.
Yes.
And the person who's doing it probably thinks they're so like fucking hot shit that like they'll get away with it.
Yeah, totally.
And I'm not like saying this, but like I for sure there's like big streamers or like celebrities that are so hot that they get away with like sleeping with their fans, and
oh, for sure.
And their fans are just like think it's the biggest day of their life.
Yeah, of course.
But like
it happens with celebrities all the time. Like there's not, Drake is like probably the latest and most famous one recently. So Like, yeah,
Would you sleep with Drake? I wouldn't.
No.
He ain't that famous.
He's also kind of a little bitch. So,
Yeah.
like,
Well, like
I feel like I'm more of a man than Drake is, and I'm not much of a man, really.
Listen, I'm short, but he'd bottom for sure.
Yeah, dude, for sure.
I like, listen, Drake. We can sleep together, but you're bottom tonight, man.
Yeah, I'm not.
I like.
I refuse to accept any other position.
I'm like, yeah, because if like you're on top, I won't be able to stop laughing. It'll be weird. It's just
Yeah, it'll be weird.
yeah, it'll be weird because just seeing you try to like be all fucking tough, it'll be
Mhm.
funny. It's just fucking
God.
Drake.
Yeah, I like when you start to sort of get into the psyche behind something like this, like it, because it's not all one thing. It's not like it's. I would imagine it wasn't Dr. Disrespect getting a message from someone that says like, "Hey, I'm 16 and I want you to have my butthole," and Dr. Disrespect playing, "Yes, that sounds great. How about TwitchCon?" I imagine that's not how. I imagine there was some back and forth and it eventually went there, but the fact that like he was able to like the frog was boiled on him to get to like be a predator is concerning.
Yeah. Like you said, I'm pretty sure it started as like casual, like fan talk. But here's the thing, like why on Twitch Whispers, like
Twitch Whispers.
It just sounds like really sketchy. Like I get Discord or like even some messenger app, but like Twitch Whispers makes it sound like you had ill intentions from get-go.
Here's my bet. I'm going to bet that this person messaged him first, and the only platform that they could DM him on was Twitch. Like that's what my bet is that like either he wasn't on Twitter or like, you know, like he didn't have his DMs open or something on Twitter. And so they were like, well, the only method that I have to be able to communicate with this person directly is Twitch Whispers. Because this doesn't seem like a thing where you're like, yeah, my first choice is Twitch Whispers.
Yeah, well, like I said, he probably thought that it was like a safe bet, right?
Yeah.
No one uses it. But I guess Twitch like looks into your DMs.
Yeah.
But it sucks that they do, but also, good that they did.
Yeah, I also want to know how, like, I would love, because I know this isn't going to happen now, but I would love if in the future there was a full documentary on like the timeline and when these things happen, because I do want to know, like, was somebody at Twitch tipped off where they're like, hey, this minor is saying that like Dr. Disrespect wants to fuck them, and I know they talk on Twitch Whispers, can you just like take a look into it? And somebody's like, yeah, I'll take a look. Oh shit.
Yeah. Oh, just
and like
Hank Hill scream.
Yeah.
Oh!
And I don't know if it's centralized to just Twitch Whispers either, right? Because he also got banned from Discord, and I would understand like if Discord was like, yeah, listen, Twitch permabanned him, and they're gonna just be, you know, gonna be there. And if you have a like a sub-linked Discord, we just go ahead and ban the whole user and their Discord. Just for, you know, if one platform says you're a bad guy, we're just gonna take that at face value. But also maybe Twitch, like maybe that happened and then Discord was like, yeah, why the fuck are they like getting rid of their cash cow? And then now Discord looks into it and is like, oh shit, you're doing this on our platform too? Nah, I don't think so.
Dude, I don't know if Discord would do that. Discord doesn't give a shit. Didn't you hear about that one like kick streamer who was like sharing like photos of like underage girls pictures? Like he'd be streaming and he'd do like Omegle streams, and he would talk to like girls and he'd be like, "How old are you?" And they're like, "I'm 16." He's like, "18, you say?"
Oh,
like, well,
no.
Yeah, and he was like, "Oh yeah, well, show me your boobs." And then, like, while streaming, he would take the Omegle off to a second monitor where no one could see.
Mm-hmm.
She'd show all the fucking boobs and the butts, and he would like take pictures of it, and then he would throw it up on his Discord.
Oh my god! And he's like, listen, guys, I'm trusting you with this illegal thing that I'm doing. Be cool. Don't tell no one.
That's exactly what it was until like someone caught him.
Mm-hmm.
Someone like one streamer, I guess, who was like an Omegle streamer. I think it was like something chickens or something. He was just like, yeah, he's doing this, and I fucking caught him in 4K. And then like even on the stream, like you see he opened his Discord and you could see like him like where he puts the pictures. Like he was bragging about it. And
God.
When they caught him, he nuked the Discord. Discord didn't even have to do anything.
God, dude.
And there's a lot of Discords like that.
I bet. I like it. It wouldn't surprise me if this is going on a lot more often than we think it is. But you know, for something like this, it's so easy. This whole situation is so easy to be like, fuck you, Dr. Disrespect. And anybody that is like, nah, well, I mean, there are occasions in which you want to see a minor's butt and it's fine. Those are people we don't have to pay attention to. So that's great.
Dude, yeah, no, like on Twitter, like, because people are like, some are defending him, but like some other like YouTubers are. I don't know if you know who the Quartering is.
I do, of course. He's a shithead.
God. Yeah, he's a fuck ass shit. He's like racist and he's just the worst.
Mm-hmm.
He's like who everyone mocks, but like he's always fucking showing his whole ass on Twitter. Like just with people when they say stuff, he's like, oh, there it is. Like I think that's one of his most popular one where someone's like, yeah, Hitler. And he like quote tweeted, "Oh, there it is." I'm like, "What are you talking about? Fuck Hitler. What do you hate about that?" Like when Dr. Disrespect put out that big fucking Twitter thing, he tweeted under firm handshake. I'm like, "What the hell does that mean?"
Firm handshake.
I'm like, "What are you talking about, firm?" He just admitted what everyone accused him of.
Yeah. It's like
firm handshaking him. He's a bad person.
He's like, and it's so easy, right? It's so easy to figure out and see things where you're like, I can tell what kind of person, like you're letting me know what kind of person you are. And I can paint a very clear picture of like what you believe and like now I have a very good mental model of like, if this thing happened, I'm pretty sure I know how this person would feel about it. And that gives me a lot of leeway and a lot of choice to be able to say, I don't really want to fuck around with this person anymore. One example that was brought up actually recently, Folding Ideas did a video on James Rolfe. And it was really, really good. It's like an hour-long, sort of self-reflective thing, and it's really interesting. But one of the things that he calls out is like, James Rolfe is a very private person. He doesn't have any, he doesn't have like social media presence, and he doesn't have, a bunch of stuff talking about his personal life. He's very selective about what he's talked about and what he isn't. And so as a result, like, you don't really know if James Rolfe is a transphobe, you wouldn't know about it. If he's like kind of low key, casually racist, you probably wouldn't know about it. And as a result, that just means that like, if you're looking at his content and you're like, oh God, I hate what AVGN has become. And like, James Rolfe is this big nerd and he's like, he doesn't take any personal responsibility for like the quality of his stuff or whatever. Like, you have to only base it based off of what he's given you. And he hasn't given you enough to build a good picture of who he really is as a human being. Dr. Disrespect, on the other hand, whenever stuff like this comes up, and like because this is like a large controversy and he's had to talk about it, you could very clearly say where he's like, okay, I did wrong. I had a, like, because in this statement, he's like, From a moral standpoint, I'll absolutely take responsibility. I should never have entertained these conversations to begin with. That's on me. That's on me as an adult, a husband, and a father. It should never have happened. I get it. I'm not perfect, and I'll fucking own my shit. This was stupid. Now, with all this said, don't get it fucking mistaken. I've seen all the remarks and labels being thrown around so loosely. Social media is a destructive zone. I'm no fucking predator or pedophile. Like, wow. Like, all of this is very much Dr. Disrespect being like, listen, I will accept allegations that I've cheated on my wife, but the fact that I want to diddle kids, no, you can't say that.
I will not entertain that kind of talk in my fucking Christian Minecraft server.
Yeah. Hey, just because I talked to a minor and it may have been spicy sometimes doesn't mean that I'm one of the P words, you know?
Yeah, just cause like we had long talks about what I would or wouldn't do to them at TwitchCon, where they to go, means nothing.
Just because I spent 7 paragraphs explaining how badly I wanted to feel their tongue inside my mouth and the texture of it and how wet it would be. Yeah, just because doesn't count.
Yeah, just because I told them I'll be thinking about them instead of my wife tonight means nothing.
It's just bad decision.
I'm looking at Dr. Disrespect. He is a very tall man.
Yes.
Like, he is mega tall. I don't know why you say he's hot. I've seen him without the whole getup on. He looks like a cop that you'd see on like a NBC show.
Yeah.
Without his stuff.
He do.
And I don't think he's attractive. His nose is weird. His eyes are like really nice. But he's not attractive. Not to me.
His face, his eyes, his hair, mustache, pretty good.
Mustache is good.
But yeah,
but
you are right. Now that I'm looking at because I'm looking at the one picture of him that's like very, very public and like, cause this is what he's, his thing his Twitter profile used to be. Yeah, he do look like a cop. You're right.
Yeah, he's like he just got home from like a long day at work.
Mm-hmm.
But like even that, like I said, you said he was hot, and I'm like, where? Like the mustache, I guess.
Yeah.
But his face is symmetrical. I don't know.
I don't know.
Like he doesn't look hot to me. He just looks like a normal guy who's like 8 foot tall. Like I don't know how tall he is, but he's gigantic. Like I'd feel like a minor next to him.
Yeah. I didn't know this, but he apparently has his own bourbon brand as well.
Oh, I wonder, he is 6'8".
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah, he used to play college basketball.
He is intimidating as fuck.
Yeah.
Could you imagine this 6'8" guy talking to your child in any manner?
No, dude. I can't fight him. What if I can't? And I was like, hey, like I don't like. It's really fucked up that you're like talking to my child, and he just fucking rocked up to me and was like, "What the fuck are you gonna do about it?" I'd be like,
"What are you gonna do?"
I guess I'm gonna get my ass kicked because I'm gonna try, dude, but I know I'm not gonna win.
I was, and what are you gonna do about it? I'm probably cry and go to the hospital after this, but I'm gonna try.
But here we go. Put up them fisticuffs, man. Call an ambulance preemptively for me. Let me clarify, for me.
Listen, I'm gonna attempt to fight you, but before I'm gonna call an ambulance and then let's go. Let's fucking do it.
Hey, listen, 911. Yeah, there's about to be a guy knocked out and bleeding, maybe with broken bones, in about 2 minutes. At this address. How do I know? Because I am the guy. It is about to happen.
Listen, I have to fight on behalf of my child's honor, and I know I'm gonna lose, but I want to make sure that you pick me up after.
Yeah. Who's gonna do it? Do I want the cops to arrest him? Yeah, but not for this.
I don't want anyone to know about this. It like, oh man, he has like the arm like he could keep me at bay for miles.
Yeah.
Like I'd have to like roll. I like have to Dempsey roll my way in
Yeah.
to to like even get close to like maybe do something. But he's gigantic.
Yeah. He
And
is.
that's the thing. That's the thing. Like, even if like this is like some fucking sitcom, like your minor's that like your son's there, and Doctor Disrespect's like with his wanting eyes. He's like, yeah, come on. And then you show up at the last minute to be like, son, I don't want you to go. I don't want you to go with him. He has ill intention. And then like he walks up to you, he's like, hey, what are you doing? What are you
Mm-hmm.
doing with my pal there? He's like, this is my son, and I'm not gonna have you. I'm not gonna have him go and make a mistake with you.
Yeah.
And then like he's just like chest to chest with you, like fucking Andre the Giant Hulk Hogan, like looking down on you, and he's just like, well, I guess we're gonna have to settle this, and you're just like kind of crying. You're like, I guess we are, aren't we? Son, look away. Like, just you'll receive like the biggest beating of your life
Mm-hmm.
because like not only is he tall, he is actually in shape
Mm-hmm.
and looks like he could probably hurt me if not like kill end my life.
Yeah.
But at least I stood up for my son,
Yeah.
our daughter.
I'm looking at his God, I'm looking at the at apparently the messages happened in 2017 and some stuff has happened like has come out afterward. Apparently Discord said that they banned him because a trusted industry peer told them what happened and they were like, cool, fuck that guy.
Yeah, it gives us a good reason to get him off. I
God.
just, man, I'd hate to meet this guy in like a back alley because I wouldn't come out alive. But yeah, no, I with like how big he is, how old he is, like what who he is, like all the power he has. I don't think he shouldn't have done this. I
Mm-hmm.
think he should. He was already married.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he should have been talking to anyone
Yeah.
like by themselves in a manner like this. I think, well, he's already known as like a guy who cheats on his wife, so it was gonna happen again, but like not like this.
Mm-hmm.
Like why do this?
Yeah, it's the whole thing falls down, I think. Um it goes down to the fact that he found out that they're a minor and then was like, yeah, but
Oh hell
maybe
yeah!
just a little bit longer. Maybe just a little bit.
Listen, we're just playfully flirt back and
Listen, we
forth
do a
with
little
each
trolling,
other.
it's fine.
Listen, it's not gonna go more than that, more than that, and well, I mean, maybe if they go to TwitchCon, maybe we can do a little flirting like in person, but nothing more, you know.
Yeah.
I'm Doctor Disrespect. I gotta be disrespectful. Like, I just don't see how that would have panned out.
Mm-hmm.
And before Twitch stepped in, right? Because they stepped in as it was going on, and then he had to fucking what's it called? He had to move, right? So, not move, but like he had to pivot
Mm-hmm.
to I wasn't gonna do that. I wasn't gonna do that at all. It was a joke.
Yeah,
Like,
hey.
but what if Twitch didn't step in?
Yeah. Yeah, what happens? I mean, like that's always the thing with To Catch a Predator is like they show up at the house and that's enough
Yeah.
intent to be like for them to be able to argue in some cases, you know, you said that you were going to show up, you said that you were going to fuck, you brought the items we specifically asked, you showed up at the house at the time we asked. So like enough of this is pointing to the fact that if we let you, you would have fucked a child, right?
Yeah.
And
I'm not gonna say they should have like let it go on just to kind of catch him in the act, but like that's putting too much risk on the minor.
yeah, totally.
But I want to say you should have they should have let it go on to just see what was happening, because then you would have got him. Because right now he can be like, I was just going to TwitchCon anyway, and they're a fan, and we're gonna meet up.
Yeah,
and
that's the thing.
That's the fallback. Like he could just be like, "Hey, listen, he did it. Did it get a little bit intense in the chat? Yeah, but I was never gonna do anything. I'm married.
I wasn't planning on meeting up with them at all. I just, have to I have to go to Twitch. It's part of my job. And so like, okay, I looked at the timeline again. So 2017 is whenever he had that weird short stream that was like, hey, I cheated on my wife. I'm going to take a break. 2017 is also whenever they say the Twitch Whispers thing happened. So it probably is the same person or like the same sort of behavior where he's like messaging fans and asking to like, and being flirty. And so he's like I wonder if him being like, yeah, I cheated on my wife, stupid fucking mistakes. I wonder if that was enough for them to like later on, in 20, I think 2020 is whenever he got kicked. Yeah. So it was June 2020. So I wonder if something happened in June 20 and somewhere around 2020 June it was whenever he got banned, where somebody was like, oh yeah, Dr. Disrespect came, whatever, like we were talking, like I'm the person that he cheated on, and they're like, wait a second, aren't you like 18? And they're like, well I'm 18. And they're like, huh, I'm gonna go just put in an anonymous thing that's like, hey, Dr. Disrespect was talking to a 16-year-old in 2017. Can you fucking confirm that?
Can you check? Yeah, can you check that? Can you go back in the files? It's just, that's one of those things that you'll never know, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's in the zeitgeist it's in the know now that he did do what he said and was accused of, but we'll never know like to what extent, right? Unless the person who he was doing with came out and put it all on the line.
Yeah.
Or if like he does it. So like right now, do I think he's gonna stop streaming? No. Do I think YouTube's gonna do anything? Maybe. YouTube kinda does. No. Unless like more shit comes out, I don't think they're gonna do anything. He makes them a lot of money.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I don't think they're gonna do anything. Like they've still got Sniper Wolf on their platform. After like she was like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna fucking dox this dude. And it's like, well, that's not illegal. Dr. Disrespect isn't threatening the safety of anyone.
Yeah. And nothing really happened.
Mm-hmm.
Just he was a creep years ago, and like he hasn't done it since.
Yeah, he was a creep 7 years ago, and 7 years it's been. It's crazy. And so he's fine now. He's just like kind of casually racist and into conspiracy theories. That's fine.
So like what's gonna happen is he put out this thing. He may talk about it once more time and then never talk about it again, and everyone will forget.
I am right there with you. I think the times in which people are going to be reminded of this are like, so he's taking a big break. I'm sure he's going to come back in like August, September or something. And I'm sure whenever he comes back, he'll have a big stream. He'll be like, stupid fucking decisions. I don't think he'll even actually acknowledge it on stream. I think he'll just show back up and be like, we took a break. It feels so good to be back, champions. Let's get this dub.
Hell yeah. We're gonna fucking keep going on. What happened while I was gone? Who cares?
Yeah.
Let's just
he also said apparently just like whenever this happened the first time in 2022, if you look at his most recent stream, he basically gets a text message and like the energy of the stream changes a lot, and then he starts being like, well, I can't retirement, who knows, sometimes people retire for some reason. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think that's probably what he's gonna stream for like another year or two, and then just quit while he's ahead, because
Yeah,
like I don't think he can stop himself from like talking sexually to fans.
I don't think he can either. It would surprise me if he doesn't still do that, and if the
Oh, for
reason why
sure.
his wife was mad is because it was with a minor. She's like, I let you talk to sluts all day. I'm fine with that. And you pick a minor? You fucking gross ass?
Dude, yeah. But like she stayed with him. That's the
Mm-hmm.
thing. But it's just that probably won't be the case much longer. Like if like you had all this negative attention on you, would your wife stay with you? I doubt it.
I don't know, man. It depends. Like if it was a minor thing, absolutely. My wife is fucking gone. Um
If I was talking to a minor, like from what's it called? What is it, San Francisco, and they've been working in the mines all day, that's different. My my wife would stay with me. She'd just be confused.
yeah, I don't know. I don't understand what's going on here.
I just want to know what's going on down
Yeah,
there.
cobalt or what are you looking at? Um
Yeah.
yeah, I I don't know. I don't know how this is going to play out. I
I give him
imagine
another
I
2 years.
imagine he's going to stay on for I imagine he's going to start streaming again and he's going to lose a little bit of audience, but he's going to stay pretty
For a
big.
little bit.
He's not going to get any more endorsements from people. Like I
No.
imagine like brands and stuff will drop him
Yeah.
for
He's gonna
about
fit.
till the end of the year, maybe next year.
Nah, I give him a year. He's gonna fizzle out this year. Well, all he really has to do is take a break and rely on like his revenue from YouTube.
Mhm.
He's not gonna get brand deals next year. Brands may remember, but like brands have a bad habit of not like researching who they're giving brands to. Um, he'll probably come back for another year and then probably retire. I don't think this is gonna hurt him in a financial way, unless like he keeps bringing it up, and I think he's smart enough not to.
Yeah. I think
So
that's probably where it is because again, he he is someone that can't help himself but go all the way when he starts something. And like as far as like the reasons go, like for him being banned, he didn't really entertain even getting close to the idea of telling people why he was banned. He I'm reading
played it smart.
which is the smartest thing that he could do. About a year after he was banned, he said, I know the reason why I was banned and I'm going to sue Twitch. And then the next year, they announced that they had resolved their legal dispute and neither party admitted any wrongdoing. He said that he's not returning to Twitch. Then, 2024. Dr. Disrespect revealed that he had lost out on major sponsorships with Nike and Oakley because of the Twitch ban. And
Those are big ones.
those are huge ones.
Yeah.
And then so that was April 2024, and he was like, "Yeah, fuck Twitch for doing this. Like, I lost out on a bunch of big deals and sponsorships." And then June, this dude that just like used to work for Twitch is like, it may have been because of Twitch whispers, and he may have been trying to meet up with a minor at a con, and then another former employee corroborated to The Verge, and then Dr. Disrespect was like, the legal case is settled. No wrongdoing happened. So, there you go.
No wrongdoing was acknowledged.
Yeah.
It's all about the wording. Acknowledged.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean that it didn't happen. It was just not acknowledged.
Mm-hmm.
And then today he was just like, you know what? I did do what they said.
Yeah.
But I did do what they said. I did do what alleged happened. But I am not a bad person.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's gonna take a break and come back. Like he said, he's gonna lose a little bit, but people will be like, who fucking cares?
Yeah.
The people that really care about like him messaging a minor are not his audience. The audience definitely does not give a fuck.
No. I don't think I don't think his audience is going to give a shit. I think probably what's going to end up happening is he's going to be kicked out of every business that he can be kicked out of. So I don't know if he can be kicked out of his, like, you know, whiskey business. I don't know if he, like...
Oh, it's his.
Yeah, so. I don't know if it's, like, entirely his or what. But I think he'll be kicked out of as many things as he can. I don't think YouTube is going to kick him off of his platform. I may be wrong about that. But if they do, he'll just go to Kick. Kick would accept his kind very readily.
Kick would pay him millions to stream.
Probably.
On Kick, because that would be a big fucking flux of people coming in to watch him, meaning more money.
Totally.
For them. And
personally, like, if I remove the reason why he was banned, right? Let's say that he didn't know why he was banned. For some reason he was banned. He lost out on a bunch of deals. If that had happened to me, I would be like, okay, I am now out of a job. But this is what I do. I can make a lot of money doing this. I have made a lot of money doing this, but I haven't saved enough. So I'm kind of fucked. So I have to go back to streaming. And so I would go back to streaming, but
pretend like nothing happened.
Pretend like nothing happened for 4 years. And then, like, over that time, I would be building up a pretty big bank account just to be like, okay, like, this is my retirement fund. I've only got to work so hard. But, like, you know, with lifestyle creep and stuff, sometimes some people, like, they're like, oh yeah, well, I make $5 million a year. And it cost me $1.3 million just to be alive. You know, just between, like, the 2 different houses that I have and, like, how expensive they are, the mortgage, the 4 cars, you know.
You have to scale back on how you live. Like, especially, like, if you give yourself a time limit, and you're just like, all right, I'm going to sell one of the houses, and then I'm going to live, like, very modestly. I'm going to sell all my cars, just have the one, and just live very modestly and make, I'm going to say, like, $10 million in the span of 4 or 5 years. And then I'll be able to live a decent life until I decide what I want to do.
Yeah. Yeah. I would have, like, that would have been a wake up call to me to be like, oh, I can't, like, this can be taken away at any time because I'm, like, on a platform. I should just save up enough to where I can quit whenever I want to. And then if this had popped up, I would have been like, all right, I guess this is my time to quit. But I don't know, maybe he hasn't paid off his house. Maybe he doesn't have enough money yet. And he's like, well, you know, I love doing this. I'm going to come back and keep doing it, even if I know that people are going to call me a cuck and call me a predator. And, like, I'm going to play against, like, people in public lobbies named Chris Hansen, you know, whatever. Fuck it.
Yeah, listen, I'll be a laughing stock, but I'll be getting all that money. You know, that's what it boils down to.
Yeah.
Just keep pretending like nothing happened until you saved up the money to retire, and then be like, fuck it, guys. I did whatever they said back in the day, and now what are you gonna do? I'm retiring, and I got money, and the fucking statute of limitations is gone. You can think I'm a creep all I want. I'm leaving the internet.
Yeah, don't worry. Like, Dr. Disrespect is fine. My kids are gonna be okay, and, you know, eventually you get to the point where you're like, all right, I'm gonna, like, secretly open up a fucking, just like a quick business here, the way nobody knows, and maybe I'll do some voiceover stuff under a different name or some shit. But, like, yeah, I feel like if you understand that you're like, well, I'm getting fucked right now, I should have a backup plan. I feel like that's whenever you make sure to where, like, if this happens again, especially if something comes out that you already did, that you can't, even if you're perfect, you're like, yeah, I was fucked up and I went to therapy and I did my time, I fixed myself, but you're, like, harping on some old shit, like, that could just happen. So, like, be ready to retire, but I don't think it sounds like he's like, no, the people that are talking about me like a predator are are terrible, and I hate them, and I'm going to prove them wrong, and I'm going to come back, and I'm going to take all their fucking money.
They are wrong. You are wrong, Leonidas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what he's gonna do. That's all he can do. Like there is no. That's his only pivot.
Mm-hmm.
Pretend like it didn't happen. Oh, hold on. Oh fuck. Pretend like it didn't happen. Milk like every one of your fucking fans for as much as you can until you can't anymore, and then retire like on a small fortune and live modestly. And then maybe, if you're smart, open like a small business, like a restaurant or something, like in your hometown, and don't put like your name at the forefront.
Yeah.
And then you could just make money that way.
Yeah, just something to occupy your time instead of being a public figure.
And because he is a public figure, but he is also just like a public figure on Twitch and whatever. Like the normal person won't know who he is.
Yeah, no, not at all. If he was, other than being really fucking tall, nobody would like think that he was special.
Yeah, exactly. And because he wears, I don't want to say a disguise, but like an outfit.
Yeah.
Like if you see him like normally, he just looks like a guy.
Just like shave the mustache.
Shave, yeah. Oh my god, yeah.
Shave the mustache. Nobody fucking know.
Shave the mustache. You're fucking gone from existence.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's probably gonna wrap it up.
Yeah. Listen, we were gonna talk about the Nintendo Direct, but Dr. Disrespect too juicy.
It really was, and more stuff's coming out. So I mean, maybe next week we'll talk about it again.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Who can tell? We'll probably end up talking about the Nintendo Direct next week, but yeah.
Direct just boils down to like who got the most predictions right, and surprise, it was me.
It was you.
I got them.
But also there's some announcements in there to talk about, some cool games. But for now, if you're listening to this live, great. You're already here. But if you're not, then you can be listening to it live on twitch.tv/GoGetUsPodcast. We go live anytime between 0 and 2 times a week. If the live show is not your thing, you do get to listen a little bit early. Then you can listen to the VOD of this that comes out every Wednesday at noon Pacific time. But if you want to listen to it even earlier, if you want to listen to it with better audio quality, you can listen to just the podcast version on any podcatcher that you can think of. We're on all of them. That comes out at 5 in the morning Pacific time, so you can listen to it on your way to work. And yeah, just fucking go to our YouTube as well. Our youtube.com/@GoGetUsPodcast. That's where you'll find our shorts. They're good. Ooh. You can also find us on TikTok and Instagram, and just fucking. We got so much
reels
stuff.
And look at our reels and TikToks, all our jorts.
Yeah,
everything, all of them. Look at follow, like, subscribe. You know, if you're on YouTube and you say subscribe, the subscribe button glows.
Ooh.
If you say subscribe, Colby, say subscribe.
Subscribe.
Oh, it just glowed.
Wow, look at that. Yeah, just click that button, see what it does. I don't know.
Yeah, click that button. I mean, who knows? Maybe you'll have some laughs. You'll follow two guys who like laughing and making you laugh and have huge balls.
Huge.
Here's what
we both got to go to a doctor.
Yeah, well, I just went to a doctor. Here's what I want you to do. I honestly just don't DM e-celebrity.
Yeah.
I want you to picture your favorite Twitch streamer, and then they message you, and they're just like, "Hey, fucking, let's go to TwitchCon. Let's slap each other's asses." I want you to unfollow them. Go to your nearest police station and go get them.
Go get them. Listen, just get these rats, these scumbags out of society as quick as possible.
Exactly. We need to get all these people who are like real big and then like secretly like texting are like talking to people they shouldn't be, and send them directly into the sun.
Yeah. The sun is going to burn out at some point, and the more fuel that we add to it, the longer it's going to take for the sun to burn out. So this is a win, really.
Yeah, honestly, it doesn't even have to be a celebrity. Just any predator, all predators.
Yep.
Just on a rocket to the sun.
Yep. I think
send them to like our deadliest missions, right?
yeah, like when there's a nuclear reactor meltdown, shove them in there.
Throw them in there. You don't. They're gonna ask, "What? How do I stop it?" You're gonna be like, "I don't know.
I don't know. Go
out.
try some shit. Get a bucket of water.
Do something. Who cares?
Yeah.
We're fucking later.
Bye.
Bye."